All the crazy shit I did tonight, those would be the best memories.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
I do apologize for being late. I was obliged to clear up some urgent business.
Okay. Wowza. I think that's just the end of the first episode. I didn't die, I don't think. That's jokes though. Encyclopedia. Hell yeah, man. +1 in science, linguistic, and erudition. Hell yeah. Conviction, logic, etiquette, politics, thoughts on the French Revolution, politics. An analysis of the French Revolution of major importance, perfectly describing its roots and development. That was given to us by Napoleon as a gift. Course on the method. First philosophical work of the author, who argues in favor of rigorous and analytical thinking. Logic. Lord Mortimer's office. The Council. Episode 2. Hide and Seek.
Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Oh,
Thank you. I
finally
wish
meet
to
him.
apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. Unfortunately, I am now confronted with another problem, which I would rather have done without. You see, last night, Miss Adams also went missing.
Oh, did she actually escape? Prolific questioning level 3. I'd like to know more. Wow, that's -3 straight up, bro. What the hell? Like to know more. Questioning. Here, I'd like to know
Why
more.
is that? Can you tell me more?
I have had my people searching for her all over the island. Alas, to no avail. It so happens that both her mental and her physical health are extremely fragile. I'm worried that the same thing happened to her as to your mother. Also, I would appreciate it very much if you could tell me what you were doing on the floor in her room in the early hours
It's
of
quite
the morning.
normal. I can explain everything.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear it. You see, Sir Gregory is about to arrive, and he's taken Elizabeth's disappearance very, very seriously.
Oh,
Please
jeez.
reassure him so that we can talk about your mother.
Oh, jeez. I was passed out in her room.
William, I would like to see you a moment before we begin. In private.
Let's step outside a moment. Louis, this will only take a few moments.
No problem. Thank you. Wowza. Search the study. Wait, of course I'm searching the study. You kidding?
All right, let's take this chance to look around.
Not missing a chance, dude. Enclosed are the witness statements of guests Bonaparte and Hillsborough. Statement of Napoleon Bonaparte. When asked, "What were you doing yesterday evening?" Monsieur Bonaparte replied, After talking with Lord Mortimer, I spent the evening playing cards with Sir Gregory, Mr. Washington, and His Eminence BEAUZ. Sir Gregory won. When asked, did you notice anything strange throughout the evening, Monsieur Bonaparte replied, at daybreak I thought I saw someone on the balcony, but couldn't see who it was. Statement of Duchess Hillsborough. When asked, what were you doing yesterday evening, the Duchess replied, I spent the evening in Monsieur de Richet's company. We admired the works exhibited in the Manor Gallery. While going up to bed, we ran into Miss Adams. As I was tired, I left Monsieur de Richet and Miss Adams in conversation and went to bed. When asked, did you notice anything strange throughout the evening, the Duchess replied, no, not that I remember. Okay. Sit back, idiot. Why are you moving? Just sit back, you can hear them walking from a mile away.
Please, sit back down, Louis.
Hey, idiot.
This sort of behavior is not working in your favor, young man.
Gregory, Louis told me we needn't be concerned.
Of course. Monsieur de Richet, the situation seems to escape your grasp, so I won't beat about the bush.
Yes.
Did you kill Elizabeth Adams?
Oh, of course not, you idiot. What the hell? I don't remember. Of course I did
What
not.
are you talking about? I only helped her. We talked and she wanted to leave. I imagine that's what she did, right?
We have found no trace of her leaving, monsieur. So
And you
allow
found
me
trace
to
of
have
her
my
death?
doubts.
Nor
Idiot.
have we found any reason to believe that Louis is lying.
Exactly, thank you.
We must remain calm, Gregory. We have found no evidence that would suggest that Elizabeth has been murdered. For the time being, she has only disappeared. Let's stick to the facts, if you please.
Thank you, Mortimer.
Where is she then?
She must have gone home. In fact, I don't know. Diversion locked. Logic. Maybe at her sister's. Ooh. Or I'm gonna use one of each. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, shit. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Technically, I'm simply incapable of telling you where she might be. And we never talked about her destination. What I can say is that the last time I saw Elizabeth, she was in her room, and she just decided to leave the island.
Gregory, you must admit that just because Louis doesn't know where Elizabeth is, does not prove that something's happened to her.
Okay.
Damnation, William.
One of
This
each I'm using.
fiasco. Sir, you don't seem to realize just how serious this is.
Let's try and remain calm, Gregory. In any case, it would be far better if Elizabeth really has left the island, as Louis says.
Step
Why
3.
do you think she wanted to leave?
To escape my mother. Oh, that's a fair statement. Or she felt trapped here. Any of these works. To escape
She
my
was
mother.
terrorized by my mother's presence here. Just the thought of coming face to face with her was unbearable.
Did she tell you why?
Yes, she brought the subject up.
I'm sorry, Louis. It couldn't have been easy to hear.
For your sake, I sincerely hope that she got there safely. Monsieur de Richet, I apologize if my words seemed a little abrupt.
Lawyer.
I dare not think what would happen if Elizabeth came across your mother on the island. Your generosity may well cost you dearly.
I understand, my lord. I certainly regret it.
You don't need us for any of
Success.
this.
Another
So
success.
come along, Monsieur Peru. We are leaving.
Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
Oh yes, of course. She isn't missing. She's in hiding. Does it often.
When I first came here, I wasn't that worried. In the past, my mother has taken a few liberties during her missions, including disappearing for several days on end.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities, and yours, in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the canon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I
Yes,
took
of
it upon
course.
myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me.
In my mother saw arms. Why help a lieutenant? No, that's a useless crap.
Did my mother intend to finance a war? I'm not sure that I follow.
No, your mother's aim was not so much to partake in a war, but rather to make Monsieur Bonaparte accountable. France is in turmoil, and having the support of a military man can often come in handy, Louis. You'll see. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play, and I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
She was looking for a buyer. Absolutely no idea. Should I be honest with him? Absolutely no idea. I'm not gonna.
If only my mother trusted me, but she remained very mysterious. I'd have been delighted to answer your question.
Is this usual for her?
As head of the Order, secrets are her bread and butter, as you can imagine. That said, it's the first time she hasn't let me in on the reason for her trip. And it intrigues me, to tell you the truth.
Well, I'm sure that Sarah will explain everything once she reappears. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Maybe she's wary of someone. Yeah, that's plausible. She might have discovered something. Maybe she's lost her mind now. Maybe she's wary of someone.
Her not coming back to the manor after so long makes me wonder if she is wary of someone.
Well, certainly. But whom? The only
You.
ones who were present during her stay were Sir Gregory, Duchess Hillsborough, Mr. von Wollner, and myself.
It's Hillsborough? Wait, didn't Duchess Hillsborough come with me? It's her sister, huh? Barry of Walner? Adams was here as well.
And
Was Barry of Walner?
what about Mr. von Wollner? Do you know him well?
To be honest, not really. He's closer to Gregory. I'm not the one who invited him.
I know his reputation. Let Mortimer speak.
What I know of him is what they say in high society salons. He's a man who manages to form alliances with the right people when it's necessary. As a minister of the church, he actively repressed the religions of the book and the spirit of the Enlightenment. And, if I'm not mistaken, he has a passion for alchemy.
But then, I must admit, he is rather evasive and not very talkative, at least toward me.
I'd like to have a word with him if I get the chance. He might be able to tell me more about my mother's last days with you.
Yes.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
Enough about her. What of her disappearance? What did you speak
You seem
about
to
together?
know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we liked to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jassy, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year, or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention in the United States.
Ooh, I know everything. Whitney's cotton gin. Treaty of Jassy. Tradition or politics? How
The armistice between the Russians and the Turks. Russia's come out of it having officially won Crimea, which gives it direct access to the Black Sea.
And, at the same time, the Mediterranean Sea. I'm worried about the decisions Tsarina Catherine might decide to take. She's a woman who managed to get rid of her husband to accede to the upper reaches of power. Gaining access to the Mediterranean Sea remains her main objective. When she still had that dear Potemkin as her lover, I could always find out about her intentions, but those days are over.
Etiquette. Gregory Potemkin?
You're speaking of Grigory Alexandrovich Potemkin?
The very man.
Gregory Potemkin.
The little devil behind the mother of all Russians. Since his death, I know absolutely nothing of what the Tsarina is up to.
Oh, really?
Ah, yes. I didn't mean to shock you. Please forgive me. Let's just say that, in my position, it is often advantageous to know about the habits and customs of world leaders.
I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Erudition. The famous papal bull of Pope Gregory VIII.
Mother lulled my childhood with tales of the Crusades. How Richard the Lionheart and Philip Augustus had to battle it out to achieve their ends. And how Guy de Lusignan, having broken his word, launched the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Oh, I see Sarah's lessons have inspired new enthusiasts. Good on you, because not everyone can claim they know as much at your age.
Yes, of course.
Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister,
Oh, she knows as well, okay.
and she shot her with a pistol.
Oh,
Then,
the vision.
before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on. That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister?
Ooh.
The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Wow.
Excuse me. But between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation, until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send
Thank
you
you.
a servant to open it.
Thank you.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
Okay, dude, damn. Learned a lot here.
The room is just opposite Mortimer's study.
Room is just opposite Mortimer's body. Oh, okay. Oh, is this the box room, huh? Oh. No. I wanted to... Fuck. What clues?
There are burnt papers in the chimney. There's a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says, we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is on to us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be? Who could she be suspicious of?
Bonaparte has a sword.
Part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there.
Bonaparte has a sword.
There are burnt papers in the chimney.
Trust in my faith in the
There's a
man
legible
with the
fragment.
sword.
Hey, she said, so who could she be suspicious of? I must find...
Okay, yeah, I know. Press salt to your notes. Oh. Okay.
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Okay.
What is this disc?
Observe the disc. Science.
Oh, that reminds me of the ones my mother collects. It's magnetic.
Okay, take it. Magnetic disc. Something.
St. Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
Oh, DG.
Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
Okay, it's definitely something more to be done with the painting. Go
This
here.
is Circe.
Oh, collector's coin, apparently. I don't need that. Okay. How much would it cost to
St. Paul on the Road to
do this? Difficulty 3. I remember this story. Occultism. The myth of St. Paul is well known. Use erudition.
Fierce opponent of the first Christians, St. Paul is suddenly struck by the call of Jesus Christ and converts. It's the best known conversion in Christian history, which teaches us that even enemies of Christ can be saved, and even become his greatest apostles after finding faith. From what I can recall, the account of his conversion could be found in the epistles to the Galatians, the Philippians, the Corinthians, and the Acts of the Apostles.
Okay. I can recall the account. Version can be found in the... Okay.
The door appears to be locked on the other side.
Open. Oh.
I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor.
Use the disc.
Let's see if it works. It's open.
Okay, let's have a look.
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Oh. Wait, I have one representing Earth.
The drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
Okay.
The New Testament.
Gospels and the Acts of the Apostles. Epistles of Paul first. Epistle of the Romans. Chapter 5, verse 12.
Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin. And so death passed upon all men, for all have sinned.
Wowza, okay.
It's St. John, painted by Guido Reni.
St. John painted by Guido Reni, okay. What is this?
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Okay, so it's a painting by Guido Reni, I'm guessing we should be looking at.
Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the apostles by Guido Reni.
Oh. St. Mark.
A fragment of amber.
Okay, let's have a look at all the different traits and stuff we've unlocked. Talent. Oh, I need conviction. Okay. Use no consumables during quest. You gain 1 skill point to etiquette. Yeah, that's what we did. We've acquired. Prince of Amber, increase your effort points by 1. Nice. 35 confrontations, 2 skill points in questioning. Nicely done. Okay. Traits. Wow. You persuaded Emily Hesworth to reveal her secrets, gain 1 point in psychology. You follow in your mother's tracks. You can equip 1 extra manuscript. You drank with Elizabeth Adams until you were drunk. You gain 1 point in psychology. You convinced the judges of your innocence over Elizabeth Adams. 1 point in conviction. Okay.
Great. Honey. St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. I don't know, what does that mean?
11. Not an evangelist.
Of the 4 apostles shown in this piece, Paul is the only one who isn't an evangelist. He is the 13th apostle.
And what was written on it? 11?
St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's a small inscription engraved on the... Let's take a closer look. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting.
11.
No.
Okay. 11, huh? You're 11 evangelist. Analyze the book. What is it?
Volume of the Gutenberg Bible.
Bible is famous. Gutenberg Bible, logical one.
This book is incredibly precious. I believe this is the book my mother referred to when calling upon the Lord.
And erudition?
This volume dates from the first edition of Gutenberg. It's the first book that was ever printed. pages are covered in annotations in Latin, French, and Hebrew. Someone spent years studying this Bible.
Read. Gospels and Acts of the Apostles. Saint Mark. Acts of the Apostles. Okay.
I guess I'll just come back later.
What was his name?
St. Paul, painted by Guido Reni.
Saint Paul. Apostles. Mark, John. To the beginning. No. Posture episodes of the Galatians. Paul. There's no Paul here, dude.
And suddenly there came a sound from heaven like a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting.
With the Apostles. Is there anything 11:11? Look. It's back going to St. John, St. Matthew. Romans. Chapter 11:11.
I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Oh, wait. A note from Mother is carefully folded between the pages
Nice.
here. What does it say? Dear E, I'm glad you found this note. I was afraid the code of the two groups of pilgrims would mislead you. Pick up the package. You know where, and hide it where no one will find it. It's imperative. Awaiting your reply, hidden behind the youngest apostle. What? The youngest apostle? What does Mother mean by that?
Oh gee, who is the youngest apostle? Let's judge from the... Let's just judge from their faces. Could be him. And it does look like he was cleaned recently, right? He said? It's definitely this one.
St. Paul, painted by Guido Reni.
Check the painting.
St. Paul is shown holding... Strange. There's hardly any dust. There's a smoke. Let's take a closer look. No, what does that mean?
Is it not this one? The youngest apostle. Oh, here. Doesn't have a beard. Yeah. Scrutinize the frame.
The painting looks like it's been taken down recently. What was it my mother said? That she would wait for an answer hidden behind the apostle. Ah, of course. There's something written behind the painting. On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add one companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
1 to the left. 3 to the right. Doesn't have a beard.
St. John is the only apostle painted in this gallery who hasn't got a beard. Hey, wait! That means it's him. He's the youngest apostle. Right. This painting is therefore associated with the answer which E had to give to my mother. Now, I just need to know how to recover the answer.
Okay. Think about the code. 1 to the left and 3 to the right. 1 to the left. 3 to the right. So 10, chapter 10, verse 14, maybe? Left. 10, verse 14. Verse 13. That's a long shot, but... And verse 13. No, chapter 10, but...
I guess I'll just come back later.
1 to the left and 3 to the right. One, two. Damn, dude. But I found it's not. I was afraid the code would, of the two groups of pilgrims would mislead you. Pick up the package you know where and hide it when no one will find it. It's imperative. Awaiting your reply hidden behind the youngest apostle. What was it again? Oh, the code. Oh, jeez, Louise.
On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add 1 companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
Should add 1 companion to the left and 3 to the right. Their rank.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Linney. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
To the left. To the right. To... No one here. Of this one here.
St. Paul on the road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
Representations of the same saint.
St. Paul is the only saint to be presented twice in these paintings, contrary to the other apostles. How come?
Examine the
This
frame.
painting has been hanging here for a long time. A lot of dust is built up on it. Well, a finger has drawn a number in the thin layer of dust. I can read the number 4.
4. 4, you say?
Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
Okay, nothing new here. Number 4. What could you tell me about number 4?
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Paul. St. Paul. Before on the thing. The fall. Or it said.
Because we look not at the things that are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Okay, dude. There's nothing else with 4 here, right? Try the easy answers first. Philippines. 4-8.
Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things.
Gee, man. Oh, here. 417, or this one.
This I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind.
Oh. Oh.
In him God has chosen us before the foundation of the world, that we may be holy and blameless before him.
Red. Okay, this is 4 and
Not
5.
in the lustful desire, even as the Gentiles who knew not God.
Okay, bruv. Yay. So you know number 4 here, right?
See, this painting has been hanging here for a long. The finger has drawn a number in the thin layer of dust. I can read the number 4.
4. 1 to the left. 3 to the right. 1 to the left is this guy. Look at the frame. 1 to the left and 3 to the
There's
right.
something else behind this painting. It says, half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does that mean?
What? Half of each group. What?
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Rennie. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
Matthew. The frame again.
There's something else. It says, half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does that mean?
Half of each group will join the city of Corinth. Group will join the city of Corinth. Corinth, as in Corinthians or whatever. Before this number 4 here.
Because we look not at the things that are seen, but at the for the things which are seen.
Yeah, perfect. Corinth, what the heck, brother? Can he tell me anything? Look at the frame.
There's nothing worth noticing here.
Surroundings? Scrutinize the chest and drawers.
Characters are engraved on the chest of drawers under the urn. It's a sentence in Hebrew.
Ooh, I know linguistics.
It says, count in the dust. All right, let's do it.
Count in the dust. I know number 4. Inspect the dusty piece of
There are
furniture.
finger marks, deliberately drawn in the dust. 8 in all. That's what the message in Hebrew spoke about. Hebrew 8.
8. So we know 8 and we know number 4. I'm in the candlestick.
No, nothing of value here.
In the
It's
painting.
too cumbersome for me to unhook here, but judging by the dust, it hasn't been moved for months, if not years.
So we know 8 and 4. Wait, we know number 8, we know number 4.
St. Paul painted by Guido Rennie. Strange. St. Paul is shown twice, unlike the other disciples.
2, 4, and 8? Maybe? 4 and 8. 4. And 8. Hmm. 2, 4, and 8.
Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever
I already checked that one. 4, 8, 2 and 8.
Thou hast put all things under his feet, for in that he put all in subjection under him. He left nothing that is not put under him.
Okay, not this one.
But
6 and 8.
that which beareth thorns and briars is rejected, and is nigh unto cursing, whose end is to be burned. Here's a message.
Oh, there it is.
There are some complications. Indeed, the Prussian is insistent. What's happening at your end? Do you need help? If tonight is not possible, let's say tomorrow evening, in the South Room, where we reviewed the situation. When Paul understood that only the acts counted, he went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation to his left, in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Yeah, this last comment is about their code. I should find new pilgrims near Paul.
There are some complications. Indeed, the Prussian insistent. What's happening at your end? Do you need help? If tonight is not possible, let's say tomorrow evening in the South Room where we reviewed the situation. Paul understood that only the acts counted. He went back on his tracks. Await your confirmation to his left, the company of the pilgrims. Okay, like this thing, right?
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Linney. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Yep. Can I examine it or something? Hello? What? Oh. The left. All right. Oh. The left. Dead. Oh, wait, what? Await your confirmation to his left. The company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Oh, maybe now I'm supposed to do the frame thing.
There's something else. It says half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does that mean?
Left.
It's St. John.
St. John. When Paul understood. Left. This is St. Paul, right?
St. Paul painted by Linney.
St. Paul. And to his left it said. Huh. But this is a toughie, huh?
Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the apostles by Linney.
St. Mark, St. Paul to his left. Left, well, his left would be the other side, but thing here. Right. But from this side.
St.
Paul.
This painting has been hanging here. Well, if I can read the number 4.
4 representations of the same saint.
St. Paul painted by Linney. Strange. St. Paul is shown twice, unlike the other disciples.
All the information from the painting. Think about the secret code. It kind of implies that this is the thing, right? But I need to grab back. I don't even know what to do here, bruv. When Paul understood. When Paul understood that only the acts counted, he went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation to his left. The company of the pilgrims that have joined him. He went back on his tracks, as in like maybe back to this room. Await your confirmation to his left. Where the other people have joined him. His left. Already checked this out, but there's nothing here.
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Home. I mean, could it really just be needing another verse? You know what I mean? It's like... The other verse had number 4 on it. Meaning Paul.
Because we look not at the things that are seen, for the thing...
Yeah, it can't be this, right?
Finally, brethren, whatsoever...
That's madness, man.
In him, God has... I guess I'll just come back later.
Oh my.
St. Paul painted by Linney.
Yeah, I need to use this, dude. Think about the secret code.
So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
Oh my jeez, I already know this. What the heck? What do I know about this apostle? About the figures. Remember the book. I feel like none of these give me actually answers. Maybe this one will give me an answer. Oh, these need even more. Ayo, bro. Think about the town quoted.
There's something. It says, half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the heck?
Half of each group would join the first city of Corinth. I mean, Corinth, it's like Corinthians or whatever, right?
For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom. For you are bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. If we have hope in Christ in this life only, we are, of all men, most miserable. Now, therefore, there is utterly a fault among you, because ye go to law with one another. Why do ye not rather suffer injustice? Why do ye not rather suffer yourselves to be defrauded? Ah, look, here's a message. It is of paramount importance that no one finds it. Watch out for the Prussian. He's on the trail. Let's meet up. I'll leave it to you to organize the rendezvous. Not today. I'm unable to do it. In the meantime, I'll follow the first group to Mark, who will reveal the answer to them.
And that first group of pilgrims, how many are there now? If I refer to the chapter I'm reading at the moment, 6.
6. Six.
Take heed that ye practice your justice before men, to be seen differently by them. Otherwise, ye shall have no reward of your Father which is in heaven.
And 2.
And so it was that, while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered.
I'm kind of looking for like 6 and 4.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
Not this one. Revelations of John. So it's not Revelations of John. 6 and 4. I'm kind of looking for. 4.
It is of paramount
Isn't so?
importance that no one finds it. Watch out for the Prussian. He's on the trail. Let's meet up. I'll leave it to you to organize the rendezvous. Not today. I'm unable to do it. In the meantime, I'll follow the first group to Mark, who will reveal the answer to them.
And that first group of pilgrims, how many are there now?
First group of
If I
Mark.
refer to the chapter I'm reading at the moment, 6.
First group of Mark. First group of Mark.
Then came together unto him the Pharisees, and certain of the scribes, which came from Jerusalem. And as they did eat, Jesus took bread, and blessed it, and broke it, and gave it to them, and said, Take, eat, this is my body.
Damn, bro.
And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee, and was baptized by John in Jordan.
No Mark.
And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name. And when he saw him, he fell at his feet.
That's not Mark.
I guess I'll just come back later.
It mentions Mark. Which one is Mark? This one here?
Painting of Saint Mark from the collection of the apostles by Linney.
Mark. Look at the frame.
There's nothing worth noticing here. It's too No. There are finger marks, deliberately drawn in the dust.
We know
8
that
in
already, right?
all. That's what the message in
8.
Hebrew spoke about. Hebrew 8.
Hebrew 8. Hebrew 8. Hebrew. We have 2 8s.
There
6
are
and
some
8.
complications. Indeed, the Prussian is insistent. What's happening at your end? Do you need help? If tonight is not possible, let's say tomorrow evening, in the South Room, where we reviewed the situation.
Oh wait, what?
When Paul understood that only the axe counted, he went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation to his left, in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Yeah, this last comment is about their code. I should find new pilgrims near Paul.
Yes, these ones.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Linney.
Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Like I need to find new apostles near Paul. Oh wait, actually. This is Paul. This is Paul. How do I find the apostles near them? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nothing here, right? Speaking? Okay. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. He went back a step. How about I go to Hebrews? He went back. By going here.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
I go back by going to chapter 2.
Thou hast put all things under his feet, for in that he put all in subjection under him. He left nothing that is not put under him.
No. What the heck, bro? Okay. What? What? It's by St. Paul.
It's St. John.
St. John. St. Paul was looking at the apostles near him. Like, this is it, no? Apostles to his left. Brother. It has to be this, no?
There's nothing worth noticing here. Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the apostles by
wait, that's
Guido Reni.
Oh. This is St. Paul, but what does it mean to his to the
St.
left?
Paul painted by Guido Reni. Of the 4 apostles shown in this piece, Paul is the only one who isn't an evangelist. He is the 13th apostle.
13.
St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust. There's a mistake called just above that. No.
Yeah, we know that. Paul, 13th apostle. Any chapters of verses for 13?
Now I pray to God that ye do no evil, not that we should appear approved, but that ye should do that which is honest, for we are as reprobates.
Okay, no. Well, 13. Days, bro.
I guess I'll just come back later.
There's no St. Paul. St. Mark. 14.
And as they did eat, Jesus took bread and blessed to take.
Brother. What?
There are some complications. Indeed, the Prussian is insistent. What's happening at your end? Do you need help? If tonight is not possible, let's say tomorrow evening, in the South Room, where we reviewed the situation. When Paul understood that only the axe counted, he went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation to his left, in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Yeah, this last comment is about their code. I should find new pilgrims near Paul.
I should find new pilgrims near Paul.
Because we look not for the...
What was the other one?
It is of paramount importance that no one finds it. Watch out for the Prussian. He's on the trail. Let's meet up. I'll leave it to you to organize the rendezvous. Not today. I'm unable to do it. In the meantime, I'll follow the first group to Mark, who will reveal the answer to them. And that first group of pilgrims, how many are there now?
If I refer to the chapter I'm reading at the moment, 6.
What else? 1, 2, 3, 4. My guy, bro. What the heck is happening right now?
A chest with the...
The left key is the right key? What? When Paul stood, only the acts counted. Went back on his tracks. Await your confirmation to his left in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Still can't leave, so has to be in here somewhere. Await your confirmation to his left. That have joined him. Back on his tracks.
St. Paul.
Oh, mate.
St. Paul is the only saint to be presented twice in these paintings, contrary to the other apostles. How come? This painting has been hanging on a finger. I can read the number 4.
Okay. Jeez Louise, man, number 4. That is mental. Or simple. I don't know, like 4 and 13 or something.
Because we look not at the things that are for the...
No.
Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever...
Right, it's... I don't... Oh, my days. Gone. 4 and 13.
Hereby know that we dwell in him, and he in us, because he hath given us of his Spirit.
Okay, bruv. Thanks for that.
And I heard a voice,
Brother. Brother.
They should add a companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their ranks. I imagine it applies to their code, the one Mother set up with the pilgrims. What's this? A group of pilgrims who Paul was talking to, and now John is telling them prophecies?
John is telling them prophecies, okay. John. 4 and
Hereby
13.
know.
Oh, Revelation of John.
Saying with a loud voice, worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing.
Must be one of the revelations to John, right?
And a voice came out of the throne, saying, Praise our God, all ye his servants, and ye that fear him, both small and great. And the woman was given
14.
2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and a half a time, from the face of the serpent. Hey, a new note. It's been folded carefully in the corner of this page. The writing, it's not my mother's. S. I found the book in your effects. I've concealed it where no one can get their hands on it. I can assure you, awaiting your instructions, I will hear your reply like he who hears the angel. Hears the angel? What does that mean? Oh, It's probably the place where she was expecting to get the location of the next note.
Oh, my days here. Look at the frame.
There's something else behind this painting. It says, half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does that mean?
About the town counted. Mentioned the original convention to his left in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Oh wait, no, that's not it. It's mentioned about angel, right? There's only one with an angel, which is that one. This one is with an angel. I want to read it again.
I found the book in your effects. I've concealed it where no one can get their hands on it. I can assure you, awaiting your instructions, I will hear your reply like he who hears the angel. Hears the angel?
That guy.
What does that mean? Oh, it's probably the place where she was expecting to get the location of the next note.
Yeah, and that was the Carthaginians, right? 6
It
and
is
7.
of paramount importance that no one finds it. Watch out for the Prussian. He's on the trail. Let's meet up. I'll leave it to you to organize the rendezvous. Not today. I'm unable to do it. In the meantime, I'll follow the first group to Mark, who will reveal the answer to them. And that first group of pilgrims, how many are there now? If I refer to the chapter I'm reading at the moment,
Mark.
6.
Mark will leave the answer to them. Mark.
And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name. And when he saw him, he fell at his feet.
I feel like the problem is that I'm uncovering that I've uncovered them in the wrong order, you know what I mean? Like the newest one we uncovered was actually the first one, I feel like.
Then they suborned men, which said, We have heard him
Mark.
speak blasphemous words against Moses and against God.
So you know something about Mark, and he said 6, but like there's no 6 here.
Then came together unto him the Pharisees, and certain of the scribes, which came from Jerusalem. And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee, and was baptized by John in Jordan.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything here, man.
And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name. And when he saw him, he fell at his feet.
Okay, so the first message is this one, right?
S. I found the book in your effects. I've concealed it where no one can get their hands on it. I can assure you, awaiting your instructions, I will hear your reply like he who hears the angel. Hears the angel?
Like
What does that
he
mean?
who hears the angel.
Oh, it's probably the place where she was expecting
That
to
one.
get the location of the next note.
So, and that showed us the Carthaginians
It
one.
is of paramount importance that no one finds it.
Yeah, no one finds
Watch
the
out for the
book.
Prussian. He's on the trail. Let's meet up. I'll leave it to you to organize the rendezvous. Not today. I'm unable to do it. In the meantime, I'll follow the first group to Mark, who will reveal the answer to them. And that first group of pilgrims, how many
First
are
group
there
of
now?
Mark.
If I refer to the chapter I'm reading at the moment, 6.
First group of Mark.
Dear E, I'm glad you found this note. I was afraid the code of the two groups of pilgrims would mislead you.
That's
Pick
the
up
first one, right?
package. You know where, and hide it where no one will find it.
Yeah, that's the
It's
first
imperative. Awaiting your reply, hidden behind the youngest apostle. What?
The youngest apostle? What does Mother mean by that?
This is the first one. Then it was Revelations of John.
S. I found the book in your effects. I've concealed it where no one can get their hands on it. I can assure you, awaiting your instructions, I will hear your reply like he who hears the angel. Hears the angel? What does that mean? Oh,
That's the easy one, right?
It's probably the place where she was expecting to get the location of the next note.
The next note was Ephesians
It is of
6:7.
paramount importance that no one finds it. Watch out for the Prussian. He's on the trail. Let's meet up. I'll leave it to you to organize the rendezvous. Not today. I'm unable to do it. In the meantime, I'll follow the first group to Mark, who will reveal the answer to them.
And that first group of pilgrims, how many are there now? If I refer to the chapter I'm reading at the moment, 6.
First group of pilgrims.
For we know that the law is spiritual.
First group of pilgrims. Hebrews, right? 6.
There are some complications. Indeed, the Prussian is insistent. What's happening at your end? Do you need help? If tonight is not possible, let's say tomorrow evening, in the South Room, where we reviewed the situation. When Paul understood that only the acts counted, he went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation to his left, in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him.
Yeah, this last comment is about their code. I should find new pilgrims near Paul.
This is St. Paul. No new pilgrims here, bruv. Pilgrims, St. Paul.
St. Paul painted by Guido Linney. St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any... There's a small... Let's take a closer look. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it No, what does that mean?
I already found that.
So we have, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
But I found already this one, so like he went back on his steps, so maybe here. This one gives me number 4. 4 gives me number 4, but like what does number 4 really do, you know what I mean? Just one number, bro. The left. Okay. 4. 4, St. Paul.
For you are bought with a...
4:18.
Because we look not at the things that are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
No. So 4:8.
Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things.
Revelation, maybe. Peter, James.
Hereby know that we dwell in him, and he in us, because he hath given us of his Spirit.
This is crazy. 4 is nothing here, bruh. Here, bruh. Acts of the Apostles. The Apostles, number 4, no. 10,
And he
8.
became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they were made ready, he fell into a trance. Hey, there's a note here. A message from Mother in reply to E. We must leave urgently, but first I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare. Watch out for Volner. He figured out I was avoiding him. Allay suspicion. See you tomorrow evening. Stand ready. For now, let's cease all communication until we meet. Take care of yourself. I suppose this must be the last message. What happened afterward? If it's what I suspect, I fear the worst. What did Mother mean by, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare? I must go beyond the nightmare. What does she mean by that?
What does she mean by that, my dude? It's probably allegorical, it's probably literal. Allegorical or literal? I must go beyond the nightmare. Be allegorical, right? The nightmare.
I'm guessing it's a metaphor. I need to figure out what this means. Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to join them so I don't look suspicious.
Allegorical. Bible's note. Oh, jeez. Finally, finally! Unlocked a trade, right? Oh, this one. Theologian, you go on, point on occultism. You found your mother's messages hidden in the Bible. +1, already, science +1, politics +1. One. Finally! I did not understand my mother's message. Oh, fuck. It was literal? Ah. It was literal, huh? Oh, not that much. Okay, unlucky. 4 points only. Diversion first, so we know all the skills. Points only. Probably best to level up occultism, science. Boom.